Australia probably have a little bit of edge with their bowling, I think.
Jofra Archer is back, and when Jofra is back, England gets a new dimension.
Unfortunately, England couldn't get a game. The only 10 overs were bowled in the previous game against Scotland. It's not really good news. Do you feel that Australia have an edge? I feel Australia have a slight edge in this game.
And I think why I'm leaning slightly towards England, 55-45 England, is the X factor.
What is happening to Maxwell? Nothing is well for Maxwell. That's what is happening.
Maybe the Barbados pitch may be slightly quicker. We don't know. We'll see which pitch they use.
But let's wait and watch. Kensington Oval, Barbados awaits an epic rivalry between Australia and England.
Biggest quality.
Welcome to Cric It with Badri. Hello and welcome. It's another episode of Cric Debate. We have our usual guest, Pratham here, and me, S. Badrinath, former Indian cricketer, now currently a commentator with Star Sports. Pratham, welcome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Badri. How are you?
Very well, thank you. This video is presented to you by DIVO News. Today, we'll talk about the greatest rivalry ever, I think, in the history of cricket, probably. Australia versus England. Yes, we've seen plenty of rivalry in the test match format, but this is going to be a big game. This game is being played in Kensington Oval, Barbados, Australia, England. Two very well matched sides, can we say. Australia probably have a little bit of edge with their bowling, I think. Their bowling seems to be much better than England, but England have a power-packed batting lineup. Your first thoughts on this big rivalry, Pratham?
I think the test match rivalries have been, more interesting and engrossing than the white ball rivalries because we haven't clashed when it has mattered. For example, I think India-Australia, and I'll differ with you here, in the white ball and in test match, I think is a stronger rivalry. A rivalry is one when the other team can also win. If it's going to be one-sided, it's not a rivalry. And I think India and Australia have had far more compelling games in red ball and white ball. Most recently, we lost a heartbreak in the World Cup final. But coming to your point, I think traditionally, they've been pitted against each other. But I think the rivalry is more for the Ashes. But in white ball, England's an absolute powerhouse. They had a very, very poor World Cup here in Badri. As you know, we did a lot of shows during the World Cup about England. They were absolutely miserable in that World Cup. But I think somehow they've hit the reset button and it's a shorter format, T20. And you're right, they're a power-packed batting lineup, absolutely no doubt. But and the bowling is fantastic. I saw a couple of games when they played Pakistan a week ago in England. Jofra Archer is back, and when Jofra is back, England gets a new dimension. Jofra is back. Mark Wood is bowling some serious heat. So I think they can match Australia for firepower even with the ball.
Yes, talking about these two sides, they come into this tournament, with different kinds of match practice, if you could say. I think Australia have played a lot of cricket. They have come in 2024. Australia have played really good T20 cricket. They are dominating. Whereas other side, England, they have not played much cricket at all, Pratham. They played only 2 completed matches in the whole of 2024. Whole of 2024, just 2 T20 completed matches. Coming into the World Cup like this, it's probably not the right thing. But having said that, the English players, all of these players are in tremendous touch. Starting from Joss Butler or Liam Livingston to all the young players, everybody they are all in really good touch there, especially the batsmen coming into this tournament from bats to everyone. But Australia, on the other hand, they are coming with more form. They've beaten Oman by 39 runs. Unfortunately, England couldn't get a game. The only 10 overs were bowled in the previous game against Scotland. It's not really good news. We can say that England would have beaten Scotland if the full match went on. So I think this is probably, do you think that Australia have an edge, because of the recent form? Let's not forget, this is the same match that was played in the T20 final. In 2020, England won that game by 7 wickets. But that is past history. But do you feel that Australia have an edge? I feel Australia have a slight edge in this game.
I think, both these sides have been heavily involved in the IPL, like you rightly pointed out, Bairstow and Butler, Livingston, in fact, and Phil Salt, Will Jacks, all of them have played the IPL. So they've been they've had game time. It's not like they've not had game time in the England shirt. That's about it. But they've had game time. Similarly, Australia, Mitchell Marsh was injured, so it is crucial for him to have played that game because he went off during the IPL. But Cummins and Stark and Warner, they've all been Tim David. They've all been very, very heavily involved in the IPL. I somehow feel that England have an edge in this one. I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I think
No,
England have an edge
I knew you were
primarily.
going to disagree. But
No,
they haven't
primarily
played much
because
cricket, Priyatham. They haven't
it
played
doesn't
much
matter.
cricket at all. It's like, it's okay.
Does
I know you understand. They played for different teams. They are all in good form. Like you mentioned, Phil Salt has been a revelation from IPL, the stars that he gave for KKR. And of course, he's a wicket keeper as well. When a wicket keeper bats so well, you create a position, in the team. You're literally playing with 12 players, I would say. But the match form, they haven't played together. That is what irks me. That is why I feel Australia has an edge. And the talking point against Pat Cummins. What has happened to him? Have we ever seen a captain, a World Cup winning captain, carrying drinks and running? I think I haven't seen. I don't think this will ever happen in India. But
only in
you
Australia. I
think?
think they wanted to give Pat a rest because he played the whole IPL in this heat.
But
So
he's
there's
going
no
to come
need
back
for
for
him.
this game, right? Pat
Yeah,
Cummins
he'll
will come
play.
back for this game, I think.
Of course, it's a big game. He'll come back. And I think why I'm leaning slightly towards England, 55-45 England is the X factor. Jofra is an absolute X factor. He's a beast. He's a wicket taker. He bowls fast. He's accurate. And along with Mark Wood, that's a serious
But let me
combination.
just correct here. But Jofra Archer didn't look that effective, Pritham, on in the same match against Scotland where he bowled. He didn't look that effective. The wicket was slow or whatever. I don't know. He for all the pace that we are talking about, Jofra Archer, Mark Wood, both of them, they didn't look really good in the game.
Maybe the Barbados pitch may be slightly quicker. We don't know. We'll see which pitch they
Yeah,
use. If it's slightly
yeah.
quick, then it's going to help both teams because Australia have seriously good bowlers as well. But in the larger scheme of things, Badri, this game is just a footnote. When I say that, Australia has already been decided. Australia is A2 and England is B1. So if they just win the games they're supposed to win, even if Australia beat England or England beat Australia, they're going to go through as B1 and B2. So it really doesn't matter in the Super 8 seedings. So, and points are not carried forward. So whoever wins here or loses here doesn't really make a difference because we know they're going to beat Namibia and Scotland and the other teams and go through. This is
Yeah.
more so for sizing each other up because potentially they could play each other in the semi-finals or the finals. So this
Yeah.
experience will be really good
So
for them.
Pat Cummins, if Pat Cummins comes in, whose place will he come in? Will they rest Mitchell Stark, you think, or will he come in for Nathan List? Because Nathan List bowled well. He took 2 for 28 in the previous game. He's been among the wickets. It would be unfair to drop Nathan Ellis and bring in Pat Cummins, right?
I think they may you never know because if they're thinking the same lines as I'm thinking, they really don't need Pat Cummins until the Super Eights because they can win without Pat Cummins. And if
Bold
they lose
statement. Bold statement. Never
if
take the
they
game lightly. Form is
if
going to
they
be crucial for them.
no, if they lose this game also they will be in the Super Eights. It's not going to upset them. But I don't think Pat Cummins is sitting this one out. He may sit one out against one of the uh, uh, associate nations, but I don't think he's sitting this one out. Yeah, too bad Nathan Ellis sits out and Pat Cummins comes in. But I'll tell you who this game is very important for, Badri. Glenn Maxwell. In the entire IPL, he scored 52 runs in about 8 games, and again a duck in the first game. So this game is more important for forget Pat Cummins, forget Jofra Archer. This game is more important for Glenn Maxwell than anybody else
Maxwell.
because
Seriously,
he's
what
been on
is
a poor run of
happening?
form.
What is happening to Maxwell? Nothing is well for Maxwell. That's what is happening. You saw the catch that Akib took Oman against Maxwell. You don't see these kind of catches day in and out. Maxwell played a brilliant shot. Nothing is going right for him. He took an extraordinary catch diving on the left to
And
dismiss Maxwell. Like you said, 50 odd runs in the IPL, absolutely no form. You want Maxwell firing. He is a very important player. He's an all-rounder as well. Yes, Australia needs him.
And that is cricket, isn't it? And the same Maxwell, if he hadn't scored the double 100 against Afghanistan and 90 for 6, Australia are out of the World Cup because that game they had to win. And
Yeah.
he basically won them the World Cup. And now, I mean, such a funny game that, you have the game in your hand one day and then form deserts you. But Maxwell is a class act. He'll turn it around. And all of these Australians, they turn it around on the big day. So it really shouldn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
But he'll be
yeah.
looking for some form.
Yeah, Australia will be keeping their fingers crossed that Maxwell does come into form. But yes, you were with England. You were supporting England. You said 55-45 in favor of England. So talking for England, England have come into form. They beat Pakistan 2-0 in the recent series for all the cricket that haven't played. Like I said, the 2 completed matches they played in this year was probably against Pakistan. So They are not to be taken lightly, even though they are not played cricket. So their brand of cricket is always aggressive, right? England, we know their batsmen, they shifted their mindset after 2015. Go aggressive, whoever it is, either it's Bastow or Butler or Livingston or whoever is coming into bat, just go after the bowling right from ball one. That is the style of cricket England will adopt. You think the same style of cricket England will do? England will keep up. Can
Oh,
they do it against Australia?
absolutely, no doubt. They will do it. There's going to be no doubt. I mean, they do it in red ball. So white ball, they changed their approach. It won them the 2019 World Cup. They were defended. I mean, they didn't defend in 2021, but they came back and reclaimed in 2022 in Australia. They beat Pakistan in the final. So England is actually holding the white ball, current white ball T20 World Cup trophies with England. So yeah, there's no reason they're going to change their approach. They're going to come out all guns blazing, and I definitely think they have an edge in this one. We'll see
Yeah.
how it pans out.
Yeah, so we have a divided opinion here. Priyatham here is with England and I'm Australia. But let's wait and watch. Kensington Oval, Barbados awaits an epic rivalry between Australia and England. Thank you, Priyatham, for coming
Thank
on
you.
Cricket with Badri and sharing your thoughts.
Thank
Once
you,
again,
Badri.
this video was presented to you by DAFA News. Please like it, share it, and subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Whenever we post any video, you will immediately get a notification. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Thank you, guys.